Well, howdy there. I need to talk to a Mandalorian.
Yes, this is a Mandalorian.
Awesome. I need to put a hit on someone, and I need a bounty hunter.
Well, what makes you assume that I am a bounty hunter? It's because I'm a Mandalorian?
Well, shit. Aren't you? I mean, aren't all Mandalorians bounty hunters?
That's racial profiling. Not every Mandalorian is, in fact, a bounty hunter.
Well, are you yourself a bounty hunter?
Well, yeah, I am, but, that's wrong of you to assume that every Mandalorian is, in fact, a bounty hunter.
Look, fucking whatever. Do you want a job? Fucking yes or no?
Yes, I am interested in a job.
Great. I'll send you the info, and you make sure this guy is murdered. Murdered till he dies.
Very well. I will take the bounty. This is the way.
Greetings and salutations. It is I, Professor Macabro, here with Action April Day Cuatro. 1, 2, 3, 4. Indeed. I am so happy to have you here, continuing this little journey through action movies that have horror elements. Yes, indeed, there are quite a few movies. And I will be talking about one of the like. Much like Attack the Block, however, you might also question whether or not it's an action movie with horror elements or if it's just a sci-fi movie. But I'll let you be the judge of that after I finish talking about it. So, whatever movie we'll talk about this time, well, it's a classic, an all-star classic of a movie that is actually a sequel to a horror movie. Which again, you might debate if it's a sci-fi movie, but I've always considered the first entry of this series a full-on horror movie. It's a horror movie set in space. And I am talking about the classic movie Alien, about the xenomorph that lays waste to this gang of miners that encounter the thing, and, well, it doesn't end well for them. And in the end of that movie, Ellen Ripley is able to defeat the xenomorph and goes gently to sleep in a cryopod, waiting to be rescued. And god damn it, it took a while for her to be rescued. In the sequel, Aliens. I actually like the wordplay that they did there, where they added an S. In the first one, it was a singular xenomorph, and in this one, it's a whole planet full of xenomorphs, so it makes sense that it would be called Aliens, and not just Alien 2. So, I have Aliens represented in various formats. I have, of course, my old Aliens DVD, and I have my collector's edition 2-disc Aliens set, with the spy number there. Very nice. And of course, I also have it in my Alien Trilogy set. And once again, I have it in my Alien Quadrology. So, Aliens is vastly represented in my humble collection. I don't have the Blu-rays, and nor do I own it on VHS, but I will work on that, hopefully, to add it to the collection. So yes, Aliens sets up a great number of years after the events of Alien movie-wise. And Ellen Ripley is finally rescued, and to her shock of shocks, it took a long while for someone to come across her in the vastness, infiniteness of space. All her friends and family are dead, long dead. It's also revealed, depending on the cut that you see, that she had a daughter, and she died. And Ellen Ripley's like, motherfucker! I went through all of that shit. I come back and all my family's dead. Fuck! Man, it wasn't my night. But, the company, the Whalen Company, are like, yeah, well, you reported, that, there was this alien, and, we set up a colony where you said they were, and, nothing's happened in a good long while. If anything, we're pissed at you. You cost us millions on that material ore that you and your mining buddies were supposed to bring back. You cost us a lot of money, so now you owe us. So they set up a mission to go back to the place where the xenomorphs are, because oddly enough, once Ripley came back and gave news of the creatures, the xenomorphs started popping up again. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that, no. But again, she owes the company a lot of money because of the material that she blew up trying to kill the xenomorph. And, well, she's kind of doesn't have any choice. So, she is tasked to go with these Marines, the best of the best, the baddest of the baddest, to try to figure out what's going on. And, of course, she doesn't want to do it, but she has no choice. So they land on the planet, and despite how she desperately tries to get the point across that this is not something that you can take lightly. This is something that's gonna fuck you up if you let it. You gotta be careful. One alien decimated our ship, and if there's a whole colony of these things, you gotta watch out. For the love of God, listen to me. But of course, no one does. Because these Marines are like, oh yeah, we can do it. We can take anything out. We're the baddest of the best. So they ignore her pleas, and of course it ends as well as you would imagine it would end for these poor bastards. And Ellen Ripley finds a singular child called Newt that is able to survive the xenomorph, and she basically is all traumatized and able to speak, but through the love of Ripley, she's able to speak again and try to guide them to escape. Because again, these xenomorphs are laying waste to these poor bastards. And eventually they encounter one of the best designs in this series, the Xenomorph Queen. I just love the look of her. She looks so, with all black and her crown thing, and I love the look of the Xenomorph Queen. And then they're in this stalemate where they're like, you just let us cross and I won't burn your little eggies with a flamethrower. Just let us go. And she's like, you bitch. I respect that. Okay. But one of the xenomorphs gets a little angsty, and the face hugger's like, you broke the contract, bitch. Your ass is grass. And she starts flamethrowing everything. The Queen's like, you bitch. And they try to escape, along with Bishop, played by Lance Henriksen. I freaking love Lance Henriksen. He is one amazing character actor. Him, Michael Ironside, Elias Koteas, a lot of my favorite character actors, and he's one of them. Anything that has Lance Henriksen, I will always pick up. If anything, if I ever am able to make a movie, the Professor Macabre movie, I would like Michael Ironside or Lance Henriksen to narrate it. It's how much I love the guy. So he plays the android Bishop, and of course Ripley doesn't trust androids after what happened with the previous android that was in the movie, but this is a more advanced, more sympathetic version of the androids. So he's actually willing to help out the humans, even though the humans treat him like shit. So they're trying to desperately to escape. And of course we get the classic, get your hands off her, you bitch! And an epic fight between the alien queen and Ripley in a mech suit. Gotta love a giant monster fighting a giant robot. And they are able to defeat the queen, and then once again, they go into cryo sleep, hoping that they will have a chance to go home and finally have a happy ending. Because this movie does give us another happy ending, at least in the sense that Ripley has found a surrogate daughter and maybe a potential love interest. And, yes, but, well, we won't talk about what happened in the third one. No, we won't. Not at all. But anyway, Aliens is a great action movie, in my opinion, with horror elements. Again, the xenomorphs are killing people, and you have all this destruction and bloodshed, and people getting their faces melted off with the acid of the aliens, and, people being butchered and having chest bursters, come out of them and like, and all that stuff. So it's an action movie with horror elements is how I consider it. So it's a great example to be added to Action April. Yes, definitely highly recommend it. I do, personal opinion, I do recommend you see the first one because that establishes the lore of the Xenomorphs, and you can see what one Xenomorph did to a group of humans. Just imagine what a great many amount of Xenomorphs could possibly do, even to highly trained military personnel. These things run roughshod through all of them. So I would definitely recommend you watch the first one and then watch Aliens. Even though I know a lot of people that their first introduction to the Xenomorph lore was through Aliens, and then they went back to see Alien. Kind of similar to the situation with the Terminator. Actually, very similar. The Terminator is a movie that we will see in Action April. But the Terminator is a movie that started off as a horror movie, and then its sequel is highly action-based, so very similar indeed. Actually, it's done by the same director, if memory serves me right, so that might have something to do with it. But yes, I do recommend Alien. It gets 5 out of 5 Alien Queens in the Macabro scale for Action April. Indeed. So, we still have quite a few days left for the month of April, and quite a lot of movies to talk about. Terminator 2 is going to be in it, so I'm just spoiling that. Right away, I will talk about Terminator 2, but I will also sprinkle a few movies here and there that I can regale you with. So I hope to see you then, and I hope you enjoy the content so far. But until we see each other next time, I, Professor Macabro, horror YouTuber for the month of April, wish you wonderful people out there, like always, a good evening. Yes, I really do think these Action April videos are coming along quite nicely. Although I do wish I knew where the heck Zombie Wasitos is. Wow! What the hell? Is that a freaking Mandalorian?
A person paid me a lot of credits to have you killed, and a Mandalorian always follows through with their mission. This is the way.
Ah! What the hell's a Mandalorian doing in an Aliens review?
Well, if you really think about it, it's not that far-fetched. I mean, Disney bought Fox, so now Aliens and the whole Alien franchise is part of Disney, so why wouldn't a Mandalorian appear in an Alien review?
Ah! Oh, okay, I suppose that does kind of make sense. Who sent you to take me out?
I'm not gonna tell you who paid me, but they paid a lot of money to make you dead, and I am going to keep the mission. This is the way.
Ah! You won't say, will you? Ah, yes, I respect your creed, but before you take me out, I do have a question. Just a little question. By any chance, would you happen to be one of those Mandalorians that are covered head to toe with Beskar armor?
Well, actually, now that you mention it, I don't. You would think Mandalorians would cover themselves from head to toe with Beskar armor. I mean, it just makes sense. But apparently only main characters are able to afford the rarest metal in all of Star Wars lore and cover themselves from head to toe. But alas, I have to get by my skills, so no Beskar for me.
Oh, well, I'm very sorry to hear that. Pro tip! Not that that's really gonna do you any damn good. But when you encounter an adversary, don't tell them your weakness or your lack of proper gear, because you, my good sir, are about to get all sorts of fucked up. Ah! Yes, the dark side is strong with me. But now I do have to figure out who the hell sent, because it's not possible that a Predator and a freaking Mandalorian came after me. There's something more happening here. and I'm gonna have to find out what is going on.